Alright, so what's up guys? I've been kind of wanting to do this video for a while and I've never got around to it. So we're just going to jump right into it, but it's my ArenaCross race from last year with some commentary. So let's check it out.
Woo!
Alright, so here we are in the first race. They did the 450s before the 250s. So 450 heat 1, and we're not first to the first turn, but coming out of the first turn was pretty good. Second, maybe third, me and one other guy right there. So this ArenaCross race, they had actually get pushed off the track right here. They had actually had the previous weekend a horse show or some barrel racing or something of that sort, and they had trucked in something like 20 single axle dump truck loads of sand. And so the very next weekend doing these races, the dirt that they hauled in and mixed up with the sand. So all that to say, it's very, very sandy. So that might have helped me on the starts getting, you don't need 60 horsepower if there's nowhere to put it, if you can't get any traction. So the little CRF250F air-cooled trail bike did all right getting out of the gate, and pretty much does the same for the rest of the night. Video never does these things justice. In the video, the whoops right here don't seem very large at all, but I can assure you they were pretty decently sized. And this race happened prior to me making any modifications to the 250F, so I had no suspension upgrades like I did later on after owning it for a while, and the whoops and these bigger jumps are just really bottom the front out pretty easily. And for reference, I'm only 170 pounds, so I think we might be on the last lap here. Regardless, this is obviously C-class, and once we get spread out like this, I'm out of shape. I haven't raced on a track. I've maybe done 3 or 4 years prior to this race. I had done a woods race on the DR200, but the last time I was on any kind of motocross or ArenaCross track was easily 13, 14 years ago, and I'm just not in shape for it anymore. So here we go. We get a pretty good start on this one. Get through the whoops pretty quick, considering I'm not, I don't have the front suspension to blitz across the top of the whoops. I tried it once or twice in practice, just running into them with some speed and trying to stay on top of them, and the front end just bottomed out into every single one of them. So here we've got the lead, which is pretty surprising to me. I was kind of caught off guard by being in the lead. We don't hold on to it for very long, though. I'm going to get past here in the whoops, and, in hindsight, after watching all this footage, there's things I could have done to have finished better in the race without actually, just being blatantly faster than I was. This sweeping turn right here, at that time I did a pretty good job of holding to the inside, but most laps through these races, I float to the outside of that sweeper and people pass me underneath. So when you're racing a slow class like this, of course nobody's getting the all out of the bikes, and so giving up the inside line is really a bad move. And again, C-class, it's not like anything's on the line, money, trophies, or anything, but some people would say, well, slower riders should move out of the way. But if somebody cannot pass you, even if they're faster, then I mean, they don't deserve to be there, in my opinion. So staying to the inside and not just giving up so many easy passes would have been wiser to do on my part. Coming out of the whoops here, I pretty much went to the outside of this turn every lap of every race just so I could hit that jump. But when I had somebody right in front of me and I'd follow them through the outside of the turn, they would usually not hit the jump. And so I would have been better off just staying to the inside and maybe getting a pass around them. So now we're getting into the main events. 450 main. So this one's for all the money. Big class, if you can call it that. Still C class though. So I had a pretty good strategy out of the gate all night, and that was just get the third gate over pick, and for some reason nobody was picking it, but it was a good gate pick for me all night. I could get to that inside of that first turn and come out pretty much first or second right there at it. So see, like right here, I'm to the outside of that big flat turn with the rollers, and I just let somebody slip up underneath me. And again, slow riders, all of us, me included. It's not trying to put the other gentlemen in this race down by calling them slow, but I mean, we're all racing C class. We're all pretty slow, regardless of what bikes we're on. And I'm not getting ran away and just absolutely dusted necessarily by the people I'm letting pass me. They're just slowly easing away from me here. So like right there, I stay to the inside and wait until I get to the rollers to kind of float out a little bit. And I did have somebody right there behind me on my inside, so by doing that, they can't get around me. And there they are showing me a wheel again, trying to get around me. So again, just stay into the inside. Let's see, like right there, I kind of jump into the whoops, and the front end just bottoms on this trail bike so hard. But he went to the inside and was able to get me in a little quicker through the whoops. So again, if you're racing slower bike, slower skill level, even though the better line and the faster line, if you were just looking at a lap time, might be for you to swing wider in the turn, it's not necessarily going to be best for maintaining your position, because at this skill level, for someone to take the outside of a turn and pass you, if they do that, they really deserve to pass you, because again, myself included, every C class you go anywhere other than a professional, semi-professional event, a Loretto's or something, everybody in the C class is slow. So most people probably aren't going to, if they're faster than you, they're probably not going to be enough faster than you to be able to pass you on the outside. And if they are, then they deserve to be there, and it's a good pass on them. So last race of the night, 250 main event, same gate pick, same result coming out of the first turn, second place. Had some people go down just out of the gate. And see, like right here, that guy going to the inside of that second turn, he did that to me pretty much all night. I think he's on a 250, and he was racing in the 250 and the 450 class just like I was. And so by me giving up the inside, even though it allowed me to jump that first jump down the main rhythm section, I'm giving up the position by doing that. So in hindsight, even though this race was just for fun for me, I could have bettered my results probably by racing smarter, not harder, and not wanting to just hit that big jump. And yeah, I know it's not a big jump, 15-foot double. But the point still remains, by protecting the inside, if you're a slower rider, this was one race for me, but if you're racing C class and you go to all of the events put on by a club, like this one was, then you're going to want to maintain as many positions as possible. So racing smarter, forcing people to pass you on the outside, even if that means not hitting a small jump that you feel like you're faster if you hit it, that's the wisest thing to do. And in this particular event, C class, beginner class, not allowed to even attempt the finish line jump. So that's why nobody, even the person leading, is not hitting it. Instant disqualification in this class if you hit the finish line tabletop. So again, my stamina's not there, nor is my speed, if we're being honest. So to reel somebody back in if they don't make a mistake once they get out 15 bike lengths ahead of me is just not going to happen. And I'm not getting pressured from the rear, so no reason to push.